Hey, what's going on, my Orange Tubers? My name is OrangeBucketPlay/VA, and welcome to the first episode of FanFicFriction. This one's going to be a little bit interesting. I've worked on this one for about 2 weeks now. It took a while to script and to Photoshop and to get everything in its proper place, not to mention the research I did. And I want to let you know ahead right now that this is about if Kid Vegeta landed on Earth during Dragon Ball. Now, the immediate problem here being that, again, Kid Vegeta has a power level of above 12,000 because it's stated that the only thing that's ever stated about his power level is that as a kid he already had surpassed his father, and his father had a power level of 12,000, and when he arrived on Earth he had a power level of 18,000. So that means that his power level could be anywhere between 12,000 to 18,000. So I decided to go ahead and give him a power level of just 12,000 equal to his father, and give him points throughout the story where he dips just above that, because I feel like that would be more fair and more interesting to the story. And of course, I'm giving the Dragon Ball characters plot armor and narrative and things like that, because again, in all legitimacy, Vegeta would be slaughtered. But this isn't as simple as who would win. This isn't, a what if battle or anything. This is us rewriting the story with narrative and plot armor and character arcs and, seeing what would happen. Because you know how Akira Toriyama is. Like, an example of plot armor is, why did Goku get such an enormous Zenkai boost when he came back from the healing pod? Because at that point in the series, that was the largest Zenkai boost any Saiyan had ever achieved. And it seemed dramatically unfair. But it was built that way to work with the Super Saiyan multiplier of times 50, so Goku would be stronger than Frieza at the end of calculation. So, things like that do happen. And, again, all of the Dragon Ball characters will be given the highest power levels that I could find. And, Vegeta will be given the power level of 12,000. And that'll go up and down throughout the story, as all power levels do, as characters get weaker or stronger. So, without further ado, let's get right into this. What would have happened if Kid Vegeta had came to Earth during Dragon Ball? This will be taking place just before the King Piccolo saga. So let's get right into it. So Vegeta's traveling with Nappa in space, in their space pods, and an asteroid comes through or something and knocks Vegeta's space pod off course, and it somehow lands on Earth. And of course, our heroes, the Z Fighters, would immediately go check it out. And just so you have a pretty good idea, here's the power levels of our Z Fighters at their absolute maximum power at this point in time. So, be aware of that. So, Demon King Piccolo, of course, his children immediately report back to him. There's this child that looks very similar to Son Goku that, has a tail and everything, that is just crash landed, and he's far more powerful than Goku. And of course, Demon King Piccolo is pissed. He's like, "Oh great, exactly what I need. Another damn monkey." And, he goes and he summons Shenron. He wishes for his youth, and he's like, "I'll just handle this one my damn self. I'll kill them both." And so, he wishes for his youth, and he leaves Shenron alive just in case, because he's unsure of what might happen, and he has a plan. So for the sake of this story, I'm giving Demon King Piccolo two things. I'm giving him Namekian knowledge, and I'm giving him the ability to become giant, because I feel like if Lord Slug had those things and Kami had those things, it would make sense for Demon King Piccolo to have those things, because even Garlic Jr. to an extent had a good bit of Namekian knowledge. Even some of the Saiyans knew a lot about Namekians, so I think that this would be a very fair thing to do, So I'm going to go ahead and give him these two things just for the sake of this story and to make things a little more interesting. So, in a mad dash to find some way for him to surpass this Saiyan, this brat, this damned monkey, Demon King Piccolo decides to fuse with his children. He absorbs all of them. Drum, tambourine, a cymbal, every one of them. And obviously Piccolo hasn't been conceived yet, so, Piccolo Jr., the Piccolo we know from Z, is not around yet. So, as it stands, Demon King Piccolo has absorbed his children and has gotten a massive power increase because, when Piccolo absorbs Nail in the Namek Saga, he gets about 14 times stronger. So, and also there's a lot of multipliers that I had to do, because all you have to do to get a multiplier is take a character's power level before and after they transform, and then divide the two numbers by each other, and you get the exact multiplier. And if you're wondering what a multiplier is, the multiplier is how much stronger a transformation is, like what their power is multiplied by when they transform. So that's what that is, if you are curious. So, Demon King Piccolo goes to fight this Kid Vegeta, and is, of course, immediately outclassed, immediately outmatched. So, in a desperate attempt to even the odds, he becomes giant. So, Vegeta as a child was very sadistic. He viewed other living beings often as playthings and toys, and obviously Vegeta wouldn't pass up this opportunity. This was the strongest being that he had seen on this planet up to this point, and he wasn't going to go full power and ruin the fun just yet. He was going to have a little bit of fun. He was going to mess around. He was going to enjoy this and savor every moment. And of course, Demon King Piccolo is giving it his absolute all.
Show me what you've got, kid. Prove to me that you deserve to live.
This will be quite the fun warm-up. Oh, I wish Nappa was here to see this.
However, it would appear that was just not enough, because Vegeta's power level is just so massive in comparison to Demon King Piccolo. He of course is killed. But however, he did put up an amazing fight. I mean, for those of you that don't know, he increased his power level to 4,500, and Nappa's power level at absolute max is 4,000. So, this version of Demon King Piccolo would be able to kill both Nappa and Raditz. That's incredible, Absolutely incredible. Well, of course, that's not counting their Great Ape forms, but, he could kill them in base form. And that in itself, for a character in Dragon Ball, is quite the feat. Quite the impressive, feat of strength there. But, of course, Vegeta is more than double that, because double that would be 8,000, and Vegeta has, over 12,000, so at full power. But, of course, before Demon King Piccolo dies, he gives birth to Piccolo, just like the original Dragon Ball. And at this point, the Z-Fighters have arrived on the scene. At first, they retreated because they weren't sure what to expect from him, and, King Piccolo was on his way. But now that they've seen that King Piccolo's dead, they obviously immediately get that this guy is really strong. And at first, they think he might be an ally because he killed King Piccolo, but Vegeta makes it clear very quickly that he's not exactly an ally, and all of the Z-Fighters rush him, but of course are immediately dispatched. Even Yajirobe came down from Korn's tower to see what was up, and again got pimp smacked. At this point, it was about sunset, and finally the full moon came out, making both Vegeta and Goku turn into great apes, the mighty Ozaru. At this point, both Saiyans become great apes, and, well, obviously everyone's terrified. But then the Z-Fighters get the idea to distract Vegeta. They all let loose their absolute full power, every single one of them putting forth a Kamehameha, well, except for Yajirobe. They all blasted it directly into Vegeta's eyes, and just like in the anime, he stomped around and goes, "Oh, my eye!" That whole thing. And this gives Yajirobe the opening to once again, or I guess for the first time in this timeline, cut off Vegeta's tail. And of course, this makes him revert back into his base form. However, even in a weakened, tailless state, Vegeta seems to be infinitely more powerful than Great Ape Goku. Because Great Ape Goku has a power level of 2,700, and sadly Kid Vegeta has a power level of 8,000, still even in a weakened state. Oh boy. So, of course, Vegeta smacks Great Ape Goku around and eventually knocks him out of the form, making him run out of stamina. Vegeta is now very agitated and wants to kill Goku. He wants to kill this Son Goku character that's caused him so much pain. And finally, he, gets ready to blast him, but Krillin jumps in the way with a Kamehameha. He thinks he'll stop the blast. Unfortunately, the blast is infinitely stronger, and Krillin is killed in the blast, but it saves Goku's life. Absolutely enraged, Goku turns Super Saiyan. Now, before all of you get mad in the comments and go, Orange! You can't just give him the Super Saiyan transformation. He's just a little kid. He didn't do that till Frieza Saga. Dislike, unsubscribe. Just hear me out on this one, okay? Okay, so Goten went Super Saiyan literally just from getting mad at Chi-Chi. Trunks went Super Saiyan literally for no reason. I mean, Kid Trunks, that is. And in GT, even though it's not canon, although technically everything's canon now according to Toriyama, Kid Goku, a child body, is still able to handle the Super Saiyan transformation, So, of course, Son Goku looks forward at Vegeta, and Vegeta looks at him, and he goes, What's this? And Goku goes, I don't know, but right now, I want to kill you. So, Goku with the 50 times multiplier from Super Saiyan to his power level of 270, that puts him at a whopping 13,500. And, of course, Vegeta, enraged, pissed off at his absolute full power, I feel would be around 13,500 as well, because I don't think that he'd be at 18,000 yet as a child, but he's also stated to be above his father with the power level of 12,000, so I think that's a fair estimate right there. I think that's good. Also, for reference, I'd just like to say that Broly has a power level of 10,000, so Broly as a baby could come here and still put up a great fight. So at this point, Vegeta's starting to lose, and he's thinking, the legends are true. He's the legendary Super Saiyan. I don't know what that is. But all I know is that you hurt my friends. And I'm gonna make you pay for that, Vegeta.
This Goku character, he's incredible. The strongest I've ever faced.
So at this point, Nappa lands on Earth because he's finally tracked down Vegeta's space pod, and he looks down, at Goku, and he's like,
Well, what's this? You've got to be kidding me, right? This kid with blonde hair is giving you trouble, Vegeta?
And of course, they both look, and he's like,
Oh, wait, blonde hair, that tail, it can't be, can it?
Nappa, I think he is.
That can't be possible.
Yes, Nappa. Earlier, he only had a power level of 270.
What? That's pathetic. There's no way he's the legendary Super Saiyan. But check it now. What? 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5, 6, no, 7, 8. Oh my God! It's over 9,000. 9,000? That can't be right. I'm far beyond that, and he was giving me trouble earlier. I could barely land a hit on him. It felt as though we were evenly matched, but yet at the same time I was losing. Incredible. He's been losing power this entire time, but yet every time he gets angry, it just rises back up again. He's like a balloon.
So at this point, Vegeta and Nappa are both scared. They don't really know what to do. They're both kind of freaked out. And lo and behold, Goku gives them, his demands. He's like, look, don't come back here again. Don't come back to Earth, or, next time, you're gonna be, it's gonna be a lot worse. Don't ever return. Get in your ship and leave, or whatever. And of course, they both do as they're told, and Vegeta swears to return to battle him again someday. Of course, then all the Z fighters regroup and, give Goku a senzu bean and stuff, and they all start training really hard for when the Saiyans come back. Their power levels increase, and aboard Frieza's ship, Nappa and Vegeta both solemnly swear that they're going to become Super Saiyans. And Vegeta learns the importance of a group. Vegeta learns that he cannot win every fight on his own, and that sometimes he needs others to help him. So not only does he become more appreciative of Nappa and Raditz, he begins to have group training sessions with both of them, and they train a lot harder than they did before. They all want to go at this Super Saiyan. Now, here's a very interesting part of the story. Because of King Piccolo dying the way that he did, Piccolo Jr. never developed the rivalry with Goku that he had. Of course, it was still there, but he wanted to fight Vegeta. He wanted to get revenge on the Saiyan who killed his father, and Master Roshi was the one that found Piccolo's egg due to the circumstances and where it was dropped in the vicinity of the area. So Master Roshi will be the one raising Piccolo Jr. So that may come in handy or important for part 2. So let me know in the comments down below what you thought of this video, and if you'd like to see a part 2, and let me know if there's any other what ifs that you would like to see in this format. I had a lot of fun making this. This is about 2 weeks in the making, because I did all of the Photoshop myself. I did all of the power level calcs myself, and I obviously am recording the audio and editing this myself, so hopefully I can get it uploaded soon. I don't know what time this will be up, but thank you all so much for watching, and let me know if you liked it or not in the comments down below. Give it a like and share it to your friends if you did enjoy it, and of course, subscribe and ring the bell for notifications for more videos like this. So as always, we'll see you in the next video. Eddie's my Troopers, and peace.